This is Pranav Goa Thakurta from EDU TV. Today, we are with the luminary of higher education. She is Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal. She is the Secretary General of Association of Indian Universities. Ma'am, welcome.
Thank you.
Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities. The membership of Association of Indian Universities includes all type of universities like conventional universities, open universities, deemed to be universities, state universities, central universities, private university, institute of national importance. In addition to Indian universities, 13 universities and institutes from Bangladesh, Bhutan, Republic of Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mauritius, Nepal, Thailand, UAE, and UK are its associate members. Dr. Mittal is a Fulbright scholar and a topper in MSc and PhD in agricultural statistics from the prestigious IARI New Delhi. She has an experience of more than 3 decades in higher education, in policy planning and management of higher education. Dr. Mittal was appointed by the Government of Haryana as the first regular Vice Chancellor of Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, the first rural women university of North India in 2008 at a young age of 44 years, which was later extended for another term. Dr. Mittal introduced a series of innovative practices and reforms as the Vice Chancellor of the only rural residential multi-faculty women state university of the country, which imparts education to 7,000 girls from KG till PhD level in a holistic manner. She has visited number of countries like USA, UK, Australia, Canada, China, South Korea, Spain, France, Belgium, Switzerland, Netherlands, Germany, South Africa, Hong Kong, Thailand, Mauritius, Bangladesh, and Philippines for academic purposes, for presenting papers in international conferences and academic exchanges. She was also the proud recipient of Fulbright Nehru Scholarship Grant for educational administrators. The President Award for Digital Initiatives in Higher Education, Quimpro Gold Standard Award for HE, Honoris Causa from Karnataka Women University, and Subhashini Devi Award for Community Engagement. Dr. Mittal has been a member of various high-powered committees and professional bodies, including Program Advisory Board and HRM Network Steering Committee on HRM Association of Commonwealth Universities, London, Peer Review Committee for University and College Teachers in Haryana, Kerala State Council for Higher Education, Rehabilitation Council of India, Haryana State Council for Higher Education. She has published a number of papers, articles, occasional papers, and reports on issues relating to higher education and women empowerment in national and international journals.
Ma'am, as you are an expert in higher education, and I have read also, I've heard also in many forums, and you have addressed higher education stakeholders in various countries also. Ma'am, I would like to have your advice on how technology and higher education complement each other.
Thank you, Pranavji. Thank you for having me on EDU TV. You have asked a very, very relevant and pertinent question. Education and technology, how do they go hand in hand, or how are they relevant to each other, how they are complementary to each other? You would know that since maybe even before COVID, India had started a platform called Swayam, which is a India MOOCs platform, which is having a lot many courses on various subjects of higher education, be it undergraduate, postgraduate, or skill-based education. And prior to that, there were a lot of open education resources which were being offered through a number of platforms like EPG Pathshala. There was one e-Pathshala. There were a lot of open education resources which were available in education, and all of them were using technology. And you will also know the programs like there were Gyan Darshan program of IGNOU. There were programs which were held at various places. You used to get lessons on TV, because if the students do not have access to many resources, but then there are lessons which are on TV. So technology was being used in the higher education space for a long time through IGNOU, which is a National Open University of India, through a number of programs of UGC, AICTE, CEC, which is a Consortium for Education Communication, or a Inter-University Center of UGC. So technology has been used for a long time, but after COVID, when we saw COVID and when all the universities and colleges were closed, I was working in AIU at that time, but for a long time my parent office has been University Grants Commission, and there we used to be very worried about this, that we have launched Swayam, we have open education resources are there, but teachers are not using it fully, students are not using it fully, how to make them aware of all these programs, how to do the capacity building of the teachers and the students. But COVID, although it was a pandemic, but in the field of use of technology for education, it came like a blessing. Because after COVID, or rather I should say during COVID, we saw, I must compliment my teachers for that overnight they started using technology to a large extent. Something which we were worrying for a long number of years, within days we were seeing that the teachers were using the technology, they were using online platforms, they started teaching online. Of course, without capacity building, and it was sort of a knee-jerk reaction to the COVID pandemic, because the universities and colleges were closed, students were sitting at home, even the teachers were sitting at home, so there was no option. So although the delivery was online, maybe it was not that effective because the capacity building of the teachers was not there, so many platforms were not there. But today, when the pandemic is almost over, I cannot say fully over, but when the pandemic is almost over, we are seeing that the online is not going away. Rather, it is now becoming a mainstay, and the future is neither online nor face-to-face, or some people call it on-site education. So the future is not on-site or online, the future is blended, where there will be a best of both the worlds will be taken care of, so that the students get their best learning experience. So blended is something which is not possible without technology. And you will see that in the National Education Policy 2020, a lot of emphasis has been given to teaching learning using technology. Rather, a very big platform called National Education Technology Forum has been established to take care of the learning needs of the students using technology. But of course, India is a big country, and during COVID also we did realize that although some students were learning, some teachers were teaching, but being a big country, being a diverse country with a lot of diversity in terms of geographical locations, for example, rural areas, backward areas, so a lot of issues are being faced with regard to availability of devices, availability of bandwidth, availability of total complete know-how of how to use the technology. So that is something which we have to bridge at the earliest. So unless we provide devices as well as the high bandwidth connectivity to all the students, we will not be able to fulfill our dream of providing quality education to all the students using technology as an aid. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate the idea of teaching students through television, because as we have got a problem of somewhere of internet, the students and plus the Doordarshan has got, I think, the highest reach. That can be a very effective tool for us. I'm really thankful for this idea, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude to Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General of the Association of Indian University. Her expertise in education and understanding of technology's role in education is truly remarkable. The Government of India has set a great example by incorporating technology into education. And we are lucky to have Dr. Mittal leading the higher education sector to new heights. As the founder of EduTV, I extend an invitation to all stakeholders in schools, higher education, and edtech companies to join us in our journey to spread knowledge and make education accessible to all, not just in the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Gulf countries, Africa, and UK, but globally. Thank you, Dr. Mittal, for your invaluable contributions to the field of education. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, as students of Delhi Public School, Bangla East, we, Ashriya and Melanie, are excited to announce that EduTV has started a movement for higher education for all.
We are proud to inform you that corporates and Indian private universities have joined this movement by offering scholarships to eligible schools across the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Gulf countries, and Africa.
These scholarships are based on merit, sports, extracurricular activities, need-based, principal's recommendation, innovation by students, girl scholars, wards of defense personnel, daughters and sons of teachers, admission aspirants from remote places, SARC country aspirants, students who studied in war zones, single parent, students with more than 2 siblings, and students whose parents are not eligible for bank loans.
This is a fantastic opportunity for many students, and we are thrilled to see the positive impact it will have on their education. We urge other school corporates and universities to join this movement and
Support higher education for all. Thank you.